Let's imagine that you and I start a restaurant together. You're the chef and you're exceptional. Better yet, people don't come for the location, they don't come for the environment, they come purely for you. Now, before we use your talent, before we open this amazing restaurant, the first thing as a founder that I would ask you if we start this together and do this partnership, I would ask you to write down everything. Document your process, document your recipes, how you do things, how you make recipes, how you decide what you like, what dishes we will serve, and just the overall process of working together. Because here's the sad part that happens so often with so many entrepreneurs. If one day you decide, I cannot do it anymore, I want to quit, everything stops, the restaurant closes down, and everyone is very unhappy because no one can go to your restaurant anymore and the party is over. And all of this is not because the food wasn't great, it is just because the whole business was built around you. And sadly, this is happening to so many trading communities out there in the world. And me as a trader, and before that also being a student, this is really what I hate about our industry and what can become way better. First of all, students can get better results. Therefore, you get better reviews. And if you structure it all together, your business grows automatically because you have people that learn from you and then you help them. And those reviews level you up and it will be a flywheel. And in the meantime, you don't have a business that depends on you. You're building an asset, and building an asset, that is what we are going to talk about today. First of all, speed is deceptive. A lot of people go for velocity, so that is just the speed of getting money. General journey is you starting to trade, and eventually you come to a point you're very good at trading, okay? You're very good, you make a lot of money, and then you decide, okay, trading is rather lonely and boring, maybe I can help other people. And then you start a community and you try to help others. And that the whole community is then based on what you're doing, so everyone wants to replicate that, which is very difficult to do if you trade manually. Everyone has different routines and not everyone is the same. So you have some students that are very good, they have results, they give you some reviews, but most of your students are still struggling. That's a different problem. For now, this is in general the roadmap most people have that become entrepreneurs and start their trading business. So they go for money and they get quick money because this is super easy. This flow is very easy, and then you monetize the flow. You sell something like your education, your course, your community, and you make a lot of money. But it is deceptive because a strategy that you are trading, when you started with trading and the more years pass, the less likely it is that your strategy still works. So the results of your students at the start go very good and then they stagnate. And this is not a very nice place to run a community in, because a lot of people are thinking like, this doesn't work anymore, and they hop to another strategy and you lose a lot of people. So speed is deceptive in the way that you can earn a lot of money and you think, just like trading, if I earn money, I'm doing something good, something that lasts. But with building a business that is not an asset, then you cannot rely on that. So how then do you build a community asset? Instead of just teaching them or giving them the fish, everyone knows this story, right? You have someone that you can give a fish and then they eat, or you can teach them, of course, how to fish. If you teach someone how to fish, they will stay in your community, or at least you bring them a service that will really change their life. And that's what I did, and now I want to give you guys, if you have a community or you want to start a community, give you the advice to focus more on how to fish, even though it might not be the best short-term thing because everyone wants to fish and that is what sells, but maybe you lure them in with a fish because you have a good strategy right now. But then go as soon as possible to teach them how to fish. The more people can build strategies, test them, you're not dependent anymore on one strategy. You have multiple strategies, okay? So building a community asset is not focused on the fish itself, like the strategy that works really, really well right now and people get past prop firms. You can sell the fish also in algorithms. You can make a lot of money, and I've experienced all of that with it. But what really gives you the best feeling as a founder is to really teach them how to fish, and that is building an asset. Because endlessly you can milk that asset. Because people that fish also fish for you. So you start becoming not the teacher, you also sort of become like a partner with all these people. I have so many people that have beautiful track records, beautiful algorithms, strategies, and they share them also back with me because I helped them really achieve that. You know, I taught them how to fish, and now once in a while someone asks me and we eat that fish together, right? And that is just lovely because now I have an asset. I can teach endlessly strategies. I get more ideas from others. People love what I did. And now I want to give you guys the torch to do that because it is a lovely way to live. So steps to endless success. What I want to break down is just a formula what I have been sharing for years with people that I have helped with the markets. It's not my main objective now because, like I said, I'm more moving towards building my platform and having a larger impact in the world with that. But I do want you guys to start educating people, and what I would educate myself is what I did already, is the steps to endless success, is to how people fish, how to fish, but then how to find strategies that actually work in the markets. So how to find strats that work is just one simple formula. It's IDs. So what you need is have IDs, so trading plans. There are endless of them, there are literally millions, so that's super easy. You can just find a lot of them. You can also comment below, I'll give you like 100 trading IDs you can use. Then we have building. So what you teach them is not only the ID, the fish, the trading plan, the strategy, you also teach them to build. So how to automate strategies. They probably are now developers, so you need a platform like what I'm building. And then IDs, building, then teach them to test, to analyze on their own. You know, you can give a lot of feedback and this goes on and on, but people really want to be able to test strategies themselves automatically. And then you have IDs, building, testing, and then scaling. Okay, and with scaling, it's of course how to approach prop firms, how to take the tests, analyze it, how to see when to scale, how to build a portfolio, all of that, and also a lot of things go in here. So to talk a little bit before I close this down, this video, to talk a little bit about how to monetize just how to fish more than just what most are doing, is people will pay money for IDs, people will pay money for learning to build, people will pay a lot of money to know, okay, what to test and analyze and how does that work, the statistics side of things, and people will pay a lot of money about how to scale, like how do I pass prop firms and all of that. So there's definitely a billion ways to monetize this, but by doing it, you build an asset, okay? You build something that lasts and that's not just relying on you as the chef, remember? So if we start a business together, then the first thing I would do is to get rid of just one recipe, one strategy, the fish, okay? So thank you for watching, and tell me in the comments what you want to learn next.